Hey guys, welcome back to the channel once again. Kenroy here, and yep, I know spring isn't here just yet. However, as you can clearly see, we finally getting around to actually planting some of our seeds, getting them in the soil for germination. Some of these crops that we can actually start quite early, and I've managed to rustle up a few of them. I went over to the range this week after work. It's been so super busy that I hadn't had the time to do it on the weekend, so I went round and I managed to pick up a few things which I'm really excited for. Actually, in a minute I'll just show you what I got, but I must say that the range is quite a nice place to get some seeds. Also, if you go on the Homebase website, they've actually got a sale on all their seeds, which are buy one get one free. They've got a good selection on there. They've got seeds for £1. I mean, I don't normally buy the super premium stuff, but if you buy the ones for £1, you basically get one for free, which basically means that you can get two for £1 or 50p each. So definitely check those out. I only saw it afterwards, but if you're looking for seeds to buy, that's also a good shout. Now the range, much like a lot of these sort of like DIY home stores, do have a selection of seeds, but it depends on which one. The one that I went to in which isn't too far from me in Kidderminster, they actually have a massive one, and there were so many seeds to choose from. So I managed to get myself quite a few. Now I know this is pretty strange, but believe it or not, I actually got this Wilco brand broad beans from the range. Fun fact, Wilco is no longer with us. It's been closed down, but it seems as if the range has bought some of their stock, hence why I was able to get stuff from Wilco at the same price. One of the reasons why I love Wilco so much, they were so cheap and cheerful, and the quality of their seeds has always been good. Hasn't failed me yet, so I had no issues picking some up. So I was able to get some good deals there. That one was 50p, some of them were £1, and so on. Now there are a lot of seeds that you can sow in January, but the weather in the UK is so temperamental. Right now there's a storm, another one back to back, and so the weather is quite mild. However, you never know what February might bring, and in other words, we were -8 the other day, and now we're up into 12 degrees. So I mean, you just can't make this stuff up. But nevertheless, today I'm going to be sowing some of these seeds. Now the first thing that I'm thinking of sowing are some of these onions, and a good price in the range. This might be their own brand, I'm not too sure, but I figured I'm going to try and do some onions this year. Now I normally try to do onions, but unfortunately the few times that I've done it, they've come out quite small. So I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, guys. Now I know when I watch a few of the YouTuber channels, I'm thinking of Tracy's allotment in particular. Her onions were absolutely massive, and I do believe I remember her mentioning this variety. But nevertheless, I'm going to give this a go. I'm going to start them from seed as opposed to from the sets, because I know that it's always best to start from seed. So I'm going to be sprinkling some of this in the soil and covering it over lightly and watering it. I'm going to try my best to keep these indoors. I don't know where I'm going to be able to store all of these, but I'll do my best. I've already written up some of the labels to put on there to keep things on track. That's the idea. I'm in the garage at the moment. It's quite late, and I figured if I don't do this now, another day is going to come and I'm going to miss out. So I'm going to try and keep this video short, so I'm not going to go through each and every one of them. I'm just going to show you what I'll be planting, and hopefully in a few weeks time we'll start having some of them coming through. Now these I haven't done in a year or two, and these are broad beans, always a great first early crop. These ones you can sow them through October all the way to May. They sort of, if you plant them in the autumn, they sort of kind of stay dormant, and then they sort of kick on as soon as spring comes. So definitely a good one to plant, maybe if you've got beds that are sort of quietening down for the winter. Broad beans are excellent, and you can harvest them reasonably early, I believe. Let's see, so yeah, from June, July you can start to pick them, I think. So definitely some nice beans to have roughly at the beginning of summer. Like I said, I'm going to be doing some of these onions. Now again, something that we've never done before. These are aubergines, the long purple 3, whatever that means. And these can be sown indoors from January. So we're at the end of January now, so figure might as well give these a go. Also, what I'm very interested in planting are these sweet peppers. Absolutely love us some sweet peppers. These ones say you can start planting them out in March, but I'm gonna try and sow some in January, just to, you know, a bit of an experiment, keep them indoors, because they typically grow quite slowly because they love the heat. And so I'm gonna sow a few, you know, and then later on in the year I'll also sow some more and see, you know, how well they do. So that's a bit of an experiment. We also have over here some Brussels sprouts, which again I've never grown before. They seem relatively easy to grow. You can sow them from February and they harvest from September onwards. So again, we're going to be sowing some of these Wilco. These are the Evesham Special. Sounds posh. Fun fact, we've actually got a place close to us called Evesham. I wonder if they've got any affiliation to that town. Well, time will tell. We got some cucumber, which is the F1 variety. Again, you can sow these in February, which is in a week's time, give or take. Here we've got some more Brussels sprout. I don't know why I've got two lots. I might have accidentally picked up double. And leeks. Okay, we absolutely adore leek and potato soup. Never actually had leeks before. I've never grown them, but here you can sow them in January, harvest around October time. So yeah, be looking forward to seeing what these are like again. So I've never sort of grown onions from seeds or leeks, so that should be pretty interesting. And the last thing that I'm going to plant vegetable wise are some cauliflowers. Now these, surprisingly, you can sow them from January and you can start harvesting from sort of June, July, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I'm hoping that these will be, you know, quite successful. We do love our cauliflower in all sorts of dishes. Last year I did try to grow some cabbage, and we all know how that went with those caterpillars. No doubt this will probably be a similar affair. So I already started thinking about the strategies to try and protect these guys from early. So I'm going to get these sown, and yeah, hopefully we can get some decent crops out of these. And yeah, so that's it, guys. So that's what I'm going to be sowing here. Okay guys, so that's what I'm going to be sowing in January. Again, I don't sow super early because this weather is so unpredictable. You end up planting out in March, April, and that's sometimes far too long to have these crops in the house. Thankfully, we now have a greenhouse from the beginning of the season for the first time. I mean, that's definitely going to be a game changer. So once these start kicking on, I sort of start putting them outside, you know, to get them nice and hardy, ready for the cooler temperature outside, getting them in the greenhouse, and hopefully that will be, you know, warm enough to keep them going, you know, until the frost ends anyway. So that's the idea. Get them sown indoors, and in a month or two we can get them out in the greenhouse and hopefully kick on from there. So that's what I'll be sowing today, guys. I've got my compost there. I've also got some trays, some old trays which are a bit knackered, but I'm sure they'll do the job. So wish me luck. Also, let me know what you guys are getting up to down below in the comments. What have you sown so far? Undoubtedly many of you have already started. So yeah, here's hoping for a great growing season this year. Now I've also got a project which I've been working on. Hopefully in the weeks to come I'll be able to bring that project and show you guys something that I've been really wanting to do for a long time. So watch this space, guys, as when things are moving along, I'm sure I'll be telling you all about this project, and hopefully yeah, it will be a success. Until then, guys, I'm gonna crack on getting these seeds in the soil, and I'll see you when you see me. Take care. God bless.